Yo, what is up? I haven't played light tanks in about a year, and when I got this tank about 4 months ago as a 2-week rental, I was really rusty and kind of struggled with it. Now that I have this tank permanently in my garage as of a couple of days ago, I'm starting my light tank grind again. Not that I'm grinding anything, I just want to rekindle that love I have for the light tanks that I had a long time ago. I'm a light tank player. I played light tanks to death, but I kind of fell out of love for light tanks a year ago or something like that. And now I want to get myself back into the groove of the light tanks again. And what better way than to do it in the LT-432. This is the Soviet premium tier 8 tank that was released not too long ago. It is the most popular light tank in tier 8 and the best tier 8 light tank by far. You can ask any player out there, any streamer, any good player, they will tell you this is the light tank to get. There is nothing that compares to this LT-432. The closest thing to it on the tech tree previously was the T-54 lightweight, but that's been bumped up to a tier 9, and you can compare the LT-432 tier 8 to the tier 54 lightweight tier 9. That's how good it is. There is no other comparison in tier 8. The closest rival probably in the tech tree is a WZ-132 from the Chinese tech tree, but still, that is, you cannot match any tank, especially tech tree tanks, to the LT-432. What is special about this tank? Well, it has amazing camouflage values. If you have the right crew, I have got a 5-6 skill crew, something like that, amazing crew, so the camo is going to be fantastic and amazing. But what's special about this tank is the gun dispersion. Standard gun dispersion is 0.35, which is already really good, but the moving dispersion, the traverse dispersion, the turret traverse dispersion after firing dispersion is like 0.07 while moving, 0.07 on the traverse, at 0.06 while the turret traverse. So that is amazing dispersion on the move. That is why you see a lot of good players are going to run this tank with optics, a rammer, and instead of the vertical stabilizer, they're going to run vents instead. If they have good crew, they're just going to run vents instead, and because it's going to be such a good shooter on the move, they feel that they don't need vertical stabilizers. Now, that was exactly what I was doing previously, but as of a couple of days ago, I decided to switch back to the vertical stabilizers to see how I do, and I realized that I think for me, the vertical stabilizer is going to work a lot better than running vents. Now, even though I've got great crew, 6 skill crew, so theoretically the vents would work better for me because I would be boosting a lot of my all my crew skills. Now, I've decided to flex around this side, load my HE shells and try to deal with these links. We have only like less than a quarter map control, which is really bad. It looks like a losing game, but you never give up. You always keep on fighting, and if you're in top tier, especially in a powerful tank like the LT-432 and in an open map, you want to try and do your best. And there, at last, the HE shells finally penetrating the links and doing the right amount of damage that it should do. Over 300 roll in that shot, and took a significant chunk of HP from that guy. And finally we are breaking through on the north side and we can push out. We don't have control of the east side of the hill, which is why I decided to flex around to this side. I got that early damage from the KV-122, who basically gave me the whole of his HP, and that YOLOing Lynx, or whatever other tank that was the light tank that was YOLOing down the middle. So that was fortunate that we took care of those two guys. Now we can try to push the north side of the map, but there's a defender there, and if he's alone we could probably deal with him because there's more of us here. Now what they are doing on the east side is basically not doing much. There's a couple of projectiles there on the hill and it's very difficult to deal with those guys. Plus they have support from the back with tank destroyers and artillery, so the best they can do on the east side is defend and hold them back. The real pushing side has to be done on the north, and being top tier and being in a powerful tank, I've got to make the plays. I'm very fortunate to penetrate there. I'm glad I was using my premium shells there. You have to be generous in your premium shells. You have to use it because coming up against tanks like defenders and stuff. I decided to load HE here, but that was a big mistake, only doing 15 damage. That's how hard the defender's ass is, which means I have to switch back to my premium shells to try and get him. Auto aiming isn't good. I needed to aim that manually. Now that he's distracted, I can go back to manual aiming and see if I can track him there. I can't track him, but I did manage to pen him. So now what I need to do is continue my push using my amazing view range and gun handling to try and get these guys, try to kill or do whatever I can to kill these guys. Now I have over 435 view range. I think close to 440 is my view range on this tank right now. I do have I am running food optics, so my view range is like reaching maximum now. If I was running the vents, I have over 440, I think 445 view range, which is really good, which is one of the reasons why a lot of people run vents on this tank. But personally, I prefer the vertical stabilizers because I cherish that aiming, snapshotting, that part of the game. The combat part of the light tank game is what I like. Example, in my 1357 tier 7 light tank, I also like to play that combat role. I like clipping people out, I like ambushing people, so I prefer using light tanks as a combat tank. I'm a bit more aggressive that way, instead of just using a combination of my camo, spotting and combat. I'm leaning towards my combat, which is why I run that vertical stabilizers. But to each his own. A lot of the top players, the really top players, are running vents, so you might need to explore this on your own and figure out what works best for you. For me, this is what works for me, and I haven't had a chance to take it out for front lines yet, but this is going to be a very viable tank in front lines. It's going to be very aggressive, and it's going to earn me a lot of XP when I'm playing this in front lines. So if you have this in front lines, this is going to be my go-to tank. This tank, the T-44 100, and probably the Cayena Veron and the EBR 75. These are going to be my 4 go-to tanks in front lines episode 4. So there you go. I got my ace tanker, I don't know, 3000 damage or whatever, another 3000 of spotting. Really good game, and I think you'll see more of this because I'm going to be playing the hell out of this tank because I really enjoy light tank gameplay, and I want to get my light tank gameplay up to spec again. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you in the next one. Probably the next one is going to be about frontline. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you again soon. Bye bye.